What's up, Bulls Nation? My name's Jordan, and this is just another year Chicago Bulls. Today, we've got a draft prospect for that 38th pick, Ugonna Onyenso. We're going to be going over his strengths, his weaknesses, comparison, and then a final breakdown of my thoughts why or why not the Bulls should take him at pick 38. That's where he's currently projected to be on most mock drafts that I've looked. So let's get into it. But before that, let me know how you feeling uh about him as a player. If you've heard the name, how you feel about the draft coming up, some of your top prospects, some guys that you want to see us take with all four of our picks. Yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna start off with some facts about him. He's 21, but he's a senior. So he just played his senior year with Virginia at age 21. Uh, he's a center, obviously at 7 foot, with a wingspan of 7 foot 4 3/4 inches. This season at Virginia, he was coming off the bench, played 18.6 minutes per game, shot 56.8% from the field, averaged 6.5 points, the 0.6 assists, 4.9 rebounds, 2.9 blocks, 0.6 steals. The rebounding numbers are a little lackluster for a 7-footer with 7'5" reach, but when you're playing 18.6 minutes, you can't always have big rebound games. So some of the strengths for Onyenso: he's an elite rim protector. The rim protection that he provides is already ridiculous. I mean, averaging 3 blocks a game. He's very, very quick, very agile. He's speedy. He's good. He makes good decisions on the defensive end. He's not going to get beat off dribbles, and if he does, he's quick enough and good enough to get back and still get the block. He's an extreme lob threat. The play finishing, whether it be a putback dunk, whether it be a lob off the pick and roll, he's going to get the ball in the hoop, under the hoop, whether it be putback, finish, lob. Another thing, he plays physical. He's always there. He's always bumping bodies, and he has great foul discipline. If you watch the tapes, every time there's plenty of tapes. Someone pump fakes, stays on his feet. Pump fakes again, stays on his feet. They go up, easy block. The way that he jumps for the blocks, he's not jumping into and through players to get to the ball. He doesn't have to do that. He knows he can get to the ball without fouling. He's great at not fouling when defending or going for blocks. So his weakness wise, he's got a limited offensive skill set. If for the most part, if it's not under the basket or around the basket or a lob, he's probably not taking the shot. Now, he did take some threes at Virginia, and he's taken threes throughout his whole college career, but that's only if they're very wide open and he has enough time to get a shot off. His form looks nice. He just doesn't shoot it very often, or at like he doesn't have a high clip of outside of the arc shots or outside of the paint shots. His form looks nice, so I think the ability to knock those down and expand his game offensively is definitely there. I would rather have a big man that is a natural defender and can put work into his offensive game during off seasons and practices than I would someone who's than a big man that's good at offense but can't play a lick of defense, because offense is easier to teach than defense. So the offense can be there, but currently at where he's at, what he's shown throughout his college career, it's pick and roll finishing and it's around the basket. But with that being said, he is at least smart enough to he's not going to force shots. If he has a bad shot, he's going to pass it out. He's not going to take shots where he's doubled or anything like that. You're not going to see him taking bad shots. Another thing, the subpar rebounding, the rebounding numbers are not great for a 7-footer with a 7'5" wingspan. Definitely five boards a game is probably like half of what he should be getting at 7 foot, even though, I mean, you're playing 18 minutes, 19 minutes a game, roughly, off the bench. So the opportunities aren't always there, but you should be looking to go get those. Maybe some of it might be with him not getting him not getting rebound attempts because he's out there blocking the ball, but more minutes should give him more boards. He's extremely raw. He's 21. I know he's a senior, but the offensive potential, he doesn't play outside of the rim, so it's not. You have a lot of with him coming off the bench, you have a lot of leeway of getting him to be the player of the player that you want him to be. Like I said, he's quick, he's agile, he can jump, he plays strong. I think there's a lot of things to his game that give him the opportunity to be a very good prospect. He just currently isn't there. So with enough work, he could potentially end up being the steal of the draft. But that's if he works, if he puts the work in and develops his game and expands his game. I already talked about the perimeter consistency. He doesn't take shots outside of the paint very often. He doesn't do that at a very large clip, but he has done it. He has shown that he can do it. So I think just enough get some consistency in there and he'll be doing it at good numbers. He just didn't have the opportunity where he played and excuse me. Didn't have the opportunities where he played, and he didn't wasn't told to be shooting the ball and doing all that, even though he's shown that he can with enough. He has enough confidence to pull it with enough space, and then lack of ball skills. He doesn't have a great handle. Sometimes he doesn't make the make the greatest passes, but like I mentioned before, great on the pick and roll. If being the roller, he did shoot some pick and pop threes with Virginia, so he's shown that he can do that. It just doesn't happen very often. So a comparison for him, what I've heard is a Christian Coloco type of player. I think watching him visually through the highlights and a game or two that I had seen, I think the way that he moves, the way that he kind of plays reminds me a little bit of Nick Claxton. I think he's more of I think he has potential to be a Nicholas Claxton type of guy. I mean, Claxton wasn't an offensive guy at all when he came into the league, more defensive minded, expanded his game. He can play just about anywhere on the floor, improved his handles. I think Onyenso has the potential to be a Nicholas Claxton type of player. And Claxton is a guy that I've wanted the Bulls to go get for the past 4 years and make a trade for and be on the team. So drafting a Nicholas Claxton type of guy at 38 doesn't sound like a bad thing to me, because he can be good, and the defense, you're always going to want a defensive big that doesn't foul on your bench. But if you guys are excited for the rebuild, excited for the new season, and excited for the draft, hit that like button and leave a comment. Let me know what you're most excited for about this new season, about the draft. Yeah. So my thoughts, I pretty much spread my thoughts throughout the whole video, but to me, this would be a phenomenal pick. At 38, I think it would be a steal. Now, if say for some reason Cam Boozer drops to the 4, and then we were to take Quaintance or somebody at 15, I can see this being less of a good pick or not as great of a pick, just because not spreading out position wise. But depending on those first 2 picks, depending on who's there at pick 38, I think this is likely to be one of the better picks that you could make at the 38th spot. I mean, if you go and get Caleb and then Carr at 4 and 15, bringing Onyenso off the bench or being in there, the spacing down low might not be the greatest to start, but I mean, that would be, imagine you get an Onyenso blocks it to Giddey, fast break. You got Caleb and Boozy running down the 4, fast break. Ooh, just a defensive minded big just always is nice, especially when they're not going to foul all the time, and has shown that they're not making contact with anything other than the ball. So I think this would be a no-brainer pick. There's other great prospects that you could argue for, and I think I don't know. I mean, to me, it seems like a very good pick. So those are my thoughts on Ugonna Onyenso. I think we're now around 60 away from 1900, but we're getting close to that mark, and we'd really appreciate it if you got us to that mark. It also lets you guys um, get more prospect information, get more coach information, make a make videos on just about everything that happens for the Chicago Bulls, news, media. We're on all socials. But yeah, hit that notification bell if you enjoy the content and you want to see more. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.